All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to break down a really powerful tool for structuring literally any argument so it's clear, persuasive, and just solid. Seriously, this is a game changer, whether you're writing an essay or, just trying to win a debate over dinner. So let's start with a feeling I bet we've all had. You know there are good points on both sides of a topic, right? But when you try to actually explain them, your whole argument just ends up feeling, well, messy. It gets a little confusing, and in the end, it's just not that convincing. Well, what if I told you there's a simple but seriously powerful blueprint that the pros use to build perfectly balanced, persuasive arguments every single time? You're in the right place, because we're going to walk through that exact blueprint right now. Okay, so here's the problem we're trying to solve. When you argue without a clear structure, you're pretty much navigating a really complex subject without a map. You might have some fantastic points you want to make, but you're probably going to get lost. And guess what? You're going to lose your audience right along with you. And this is just so important to get. Without a logical flow, even the most brilliant ideas can completely fail to land. The structure is what turns a random pile of facts into a compelling case that people actually listen to. Okay, enough about the problem, right? Let's get into the solution. It's this simple, repeatable framework that we're going to call the writer's blueprint, or as the source material calls it, the skeleton. So at its heart, this blueprint is a four-part structure. Its whole job is to guide you and your audience through the issue, making sure your argument is fair, complete, and just incredibly easy to follow. So let's actually look at the anatomy of this thing. We're going to break down how each part works to build a totally rock-solid argument, piece by piece, from the ground up. Every single great argument built with this blueprint follows these four basic steps. It creates this logical path that leads your audience exactly where you want them to go. No detours, no getting confused. It's just intro, advantages, disadvantages, and conclusion. Simple as that. Let's kick things off with the introduction. Think of it as a simple three-sentence recipe. First, you introduce the topic in a general way. Second, you just acknowledge, hey, there are two sides to this story. And third, you state your goal, to look at both of them. And boom, just like that, you've set the stage perfectly. Okay, now this is where the magic really happens. Just look at this. The structure for your advantages paragraph and your disadvantages paragraph, they're perfect mirror images of each other. Each one starts with a clear topic sentence, explains the why, gives a real example as proof, and then it wraps up. And that is the secret sauce. This parallel structure, it's not just there to look neat and tidy. It actually forces you to treat both sides of the argument with the same level of seriousness. And that's exactly what makes your final conclusion so much more credible and powerful. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's actually put this blueprint to the test, right? We're going to take a practical example, online shopping, and see how this structure builds a really compelling argument right from scratch. Check out how simple this is. You literally just take the template and plug in your topic. So that first sentence becomes, one of the most notable advantages of online shopping is that it provides unparalleled convenience. It's clean, it's direct, and you're already off to a really strong start. Next up, the explanation. See, the blueprint forces you to answer the question, why? Why is it convenient? Well, because, as it says here, consumers can purchase goods from the comfort of their homes. This adds that really crucial layer of logic to what you're saying. But to make your point truly undeniable, you need proof. The blueprint demands some kind of concrete evidence. For example, a 2023 Statista survey found that a whopping 70% of young adults in Europe prefer online shopping because it's so efficient. A hard number like that, it's pretty tough to argue with. All right, so that's the advantage. Now, using that exact same mirrored structure, we tackle the drawbacks. We're going to start with a clear topic sentence about the risks, things like fraud or getting a product that's not what you expected. And just like we did before, we back it up with a specific real-world example. Citing that thousands of complaints are filed every year in Vietnam over scams, that makes the disadvantage feel real and serious, not just some vague thing that might happen. So you might be thinking, okay, this is great, but I'm not writing an academic essay anytime soon. And that's a real key takeaway here. This is not just an essay trick. It is a powerful thinking tool for everyday life. This blueprint is a universal tool. It helps you organize your thoughts for pretty much any situation where you need to present a balanced view. Whether you're trying to craft a persuasive email for work, structure a big presentation, or heck, even just win a friendly debate. And this right here is the real power of the blueprint. Mastering this structure isn't just about becoming a better writer, it's about upgrading your entire thinking process. It literally trains you to be more deliberate, more fair, and a whole lot more logical. Ultimately, what this blueprint gives you is a kind of superpower, the ability to turn complicated, messy issues into clear, structured arguments. So the real question isn't if you'll use it, it's where you're going to use it next. What's the first argument you're going to win with it?